What's up, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Memory here today, bringing you guys some more VGC 2021 action. Today we are still rebuilding this Archeops team, and looking at our team, we have made a lot of changes. Thanks to you guys in the comments down below, giving me a lot of suggestions in the last video. Yeah, so let's just go through all of these suggestions that you guys gave me. Archeops is now holding a white herb to kind of help with our Landers or Incineroar matchups. If they try and go for Intimidate, we kind of nullify that. Alright, looking at our next member would be Marowak. Marowak kind of gives us that Lightning Rod support as well. It kind of works pretty good in the sun. Gives us a Trick Room option if we need that. So that kind of works out fantastic. Urshifu, we took Protect off and gave it Coaching. That will help a lot of our teammates out. It'll help the Archeops, the Marowak, and even the P2 if need be. You know, I mean, plus, I mean, heck, a Venusaur getting a +1 on its defense is not too bad, or Torkoal +1 on its defense isn't too bad. In the end of the game or something, you know, if we need that extra defense. Last mod we changed, I believe, was Venusaur. We had Weather Ball over Earth Power, but that was one of the questions I asked in the video, if we should try and put Earth Power onto Venusaur, and that was first response I had was pretty much, yeah, try and run Earth Power. So there we are. The question of the day, I guess, would be, I had a suggestion for Weezing, and the only mon I feel fit to take off for Weezing at the moment would be P2. Weezing would give us the neutralizing gas, which would help Archeops go off farther into the game if we needed to. But I want you guys to decide if that's something that you guys are willing to sacrifice our P2 for Weezing. But yeah, other than that, I think everything's everything else looks fantastic. Let's get into some battles. Alright, so our first opponent of the day is against Raika, or however you want to pronounce that name. But he is walking out with an Indeedee, Spectrier, Thundurus, Articuno, Talonflame, and Tornadus. Very, very interesting team on our opponent's end. Let's see how we want to face this team. I'm really liking the Archeops, actually. Archeops comes in and hits a lot of things really hard. And I wonder if we can lead Archeops Urshifu. Get like a Sucker Punch off if he leads that Spectrier. A lot of his mons are super weak to this combo, so I want to do that. I want to see if we can pull that off. P2 is very nice with the foul play. Actually, do we want to lead Archeops P2? That might even be better in this game, actually. And then we can have Torkoal and Venusaur in the back. Or Marowak. I'm down for Marowak. Let's give it a shot. Give some of the new guys a chance to play. Actually, Marowak is the only new guy to the team, but we'll give him a shot here, and we'll bring P2 because he's kind of in question. So we'll give P2 a chance to play as well. Talonflame and Tornadus. Alright, Archeops and P2. Fantastic. Alright, so right here, definitely think about Max Rock falling into that Tornadus. First thing. I don't have no problem going for like a foul play into the Talonflame. Like, I don't necessarily want to set up Trick Room. Unless he's thinking about setting up Tailwind or something, but we can wait and see if he's wanting to set up Tailwind or something beforehand. Right here, I just want to see what he's wanting to do. Maybe we have... I hope Tornadus isn't going to go for like some type of ice attack. He goes for a taunt into our Archeops. Okay, we'll take that. A nasty plot for the Tornadus. We should honestly drop this Tornadus right here and now. I mean, this is a stab max rockfall, guys. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, as I predicted, we just one-shot it, and makes me wonder if he taunted the wrong Pokemon, because Archeops is definitely a more offensive threat than P2, and P2 being taunted would have probably been better for my opponent. But yeah, we take that Talonflame all the way down to half, though. That's pretty crazy. Archeops put in some work, some big work already. P2's Foul Play is doing a lot of damage as well. Thunderous now will come out. We can go for another Max Rockfall for sure. Foul Play into the Talonflame again. I have no problem doing this kind of play. I feel like our opponent's definitely brought up having all these flying types on my opponent's team. I feel like it's definitely hindering him a lot, because we have the right mon to fight him. Thunderous actually goes for Fly. Very, very interesting. Alright, so he avoids our Rockfall, but that's fine. Right here, I feel like this is a pretty safe switch in this next turn to go into Marowak, unless his last mon's pretty threatening, which I don't see. I mean, Porygon being able to take out the Talonflame was pretty nice. Right, there's a Spectrier. This is one thing. I mean, we can definitely go for another Max Rockfall into the Thunderous, knock out that. Or we can go ahead and try and knock out the Spectrier. I feel like the Spectrier is a little bit more threatening, so let's go into the Spectrier. And we'll Foul Play as well. So he goes ahead and Dynamaxes the Spectrier. So Spectrier, I don't even see it picking up a KO on Archeops or P2, to tell you the honest truth. I mean, maybe if it's comboed with the Thunderous' Fly, it could pick up a KO. But by itself, I don't see it picking up either KO. So I feel alright in that scenario. Max Phantasm into Archeops. Archeops, I'm honestly okay with letting Archeops take this attack and maybe even the Fly, because P2... Ooh, that's where the White Herb comes in handy so much too. Okay, fantastic there. P2 kind of is super bulky, and P2 will take that Fly, no problem. Max Airstream takes it down to half, and now our Foul Play should honestly pick up KO. Not quite, but that still did really good damage overall. I can't complain about that damage output. And I mean, that right there is where the White Herb comes in such clutch, you know, because I mean, this scenario, if he goes for a Max Phantasm right now, I do feel like he'll pick up the KO, right? But in a lot of scenarios, he wouldn't be able to pick up, say, KO and stuff on us. But I feel like we're still fine. We'll go for Protect here. We shouldn't be KO'd or nothing by the Spectrier, so we're fine at that point. Max Darkness will come back out. Hits our P2 actually, which is not stabbed or nothing, so it's not doing as much damage. What's this Thunderous wanting to do? Thunderbolt into Archeops, so that was a fantastic protect there. It worked out in our favor. Foul Play will come out and pick up the Spectrier, so we're in a great spot. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to keep P2 onto the team, is because of this nice little bulk that he gives us. Trick Room also is very nice, knowing that we have Marowak and Torkoal in the back. And I mean, overall, he just kind of plays nice. How many more turns of Tailwind do they have? I don't think it fully matters. One. What we can do is bring out Marowak. He'll go for the Thunderbolt or something into our Archeops. That's fine. We'll hit him with a Rock Slide because Marowak's Lightning Rod will allow us to survive. So there it is. I do like the addition of the Marowak. I was thinking either Raichu or a Marowak would have been fantastic for this team whenever I was starting to do a rebuild, but I kind of wanted to see what you guys say. Marowak is nice though because it works with our Sun themed team a little bit, and this set in particular is pretty interesting because of the Swords Dance too. You know, if he can't do nothing to you, which granted I'm not going to worry about it this game, we're just going to try and Flare Blitz, but battle was canceled anyway. But yeah, this is kind of nice, a little setup mon, you know, and kind of get stuff going for you whenever you need it. Pretty decent Dynamax potential too. Alright, our next opponent is rocking out with a Heatran, Urshifu, Thundurus, Gastrodon, Rillaboom, and Grimmsnarl. Alright, what can we do here? Torkoal Venusaur is a pretty interesting lead option right here. And I'm honestly thinking about leading Torkoal Venusaur. I think Archeops is fantastic in the back. And then we can also have Urshifu or Marowak, or P2's even decent here. Let's go Marowak. That kind of shuts off the Thundurus a little bit. And if he leads Thundurus, which is kind of likely, we can switch Marowak in, and that will kind of gives us a better matchup against it. Alright, so let's see what our opponent leads. I do feel like we brought the right mons in this game. Heatran and Grimmsnarl. Fantastic for us, as we're leading Venusaur and Torkoal. Alright. Before, this wouldn't have been very good. But now, since we do have Earth Power onto our Venusaur, this is fantastic. I do feel like we can just go for an easy Eruption plus Dynamax into a Max Quake into that Heatran. I didn't see if it's Air Balloon or not. That's one of those tags that it's kind of hard to see. For me personally, if it says if it's Air Balloon or not, because that text just goes by really fast, and that's one of the biggest downfalls. And I feel like because you can't go on to you can't push Y for information and click on Heatran and it tell you that it has the Air Balloon, which I feel like it should, but I mean you can't do it. Won't let you do that. So I'm kind of hoping that this is an Air Balloon Heatran because I was not fully paying attention to that. But he does Dynamax Heatran. This could be Ground Resist Heatran with that Berry as well, which probably wouldn't be the best thing either, but we'll just see what happens. So our Max Quake will come out. There's the Berry. Okay. I believe that's Shucker Berry. Let's see if I'm right. We still do a lot of damage though. That's pretty decent damage. Yeah, Shucker Berry. I've not fully memorized all those berry items. Venusaur actually takes that attack very decently, actually. Heatran with the Flash Fire. Yeah, Eruption probably wasn't the best play, but we still get a lot of damage onto that Grimmsnarl at the end of it. We got to be careful. Go ahead, take Grimmsnarl out. Got to be really careful because of that max, because of the scary face the Grimmsnarl was wanting to put pressure on us. So I'm going to go ahead and max guard Venusaur because we do know that we outspeed the Heatran at this moment in time. And Heatran obviously wants to go after our Venusaur and take us out. But if we can take out the Grimmsnarl, then there's no scary face. So this is where Torko comes into play. Does a fantastic job getting a huge KO onto this Grimmsnarl. And Grimmsnarl did not set up any screens or nothing, so we're in the clear on that as well. So that's fantastic. So now we're pretty much able to go for a Max Quake and should be able to honestly pick up a KO here on this Heatran. I'm not too afraid of the Urshifu at the moment, am I? I don't know if Urshifu will be able to pick up. Well, if one, I don't even know if he'll outspeed our Venusaur. I hope he doesn't, because if he doesn't, then we're fine for sure. Let's see. But there's a Max Guard from the Heatran though. Good play on our opponent's end. Wicked Blow into the Venusaur. He does outspeed. He does take us out. Good play on our opponent's part in a way. But we're still able to get this free eruption off, and Torko's not taking any damage yet. So this is going to be a lot of damage to your Urshifu. Potential KO. You have Focus Sash. Hey, that's fine. That was the end of your Heatran's Dynamax. We have Archeops, which will outspeed. We should anyway, because Urshifu is only base 97 base speed, so we should be able to outspeed with our Archeops. Let's just go for Protect and Earthquake. And that should pick up the KO on both Mons. Urshifu does go for Protect though, that's fine. Because as long as I pick up the KO, I believe, onto the Heatran, I feel fine anyway. So yeah, there's the Earthquake. And we get the KO on Heatran, so that's fantastic. Very, very, very good for us. Alright, so right here, I wonder, depending on who his last Pokemon is, I feel like we're fine though. I feel like in this scenario, it's Thunderous. We brought Marowak for that, didn't we? I do believe we have Marowak in the back. We do. So let's actually go for Eruption play and go into Marowak right here. This will help us avoid any thunder attacks coming from this Thunderous. Like this Wild Charge, fantastic switch in right. And more than likely, this is going into Torko slot, ain't it? It might go into Marowak. Okay, it goes into Torko. Torko still takes it pretty well. Our Eruptions should still be doing a lot of damage. We'll get the KO into the Urshifu, and we do quite a bit of damage to the Thunderous. So now we just kind of have our opponent pinned, where he can't fully do that much damage. So he can't do damage to either Mon very effectively at this point. You know, we shut down a lot of his moveset due to him being electric type. You know he's got that Wild Charge, and I mean, what else does he have? Fly. What's Fly gonna do? And then you have to wonder if he has Protect as well. And if he has Protect, he has Protect. No big deal. If he has Taunt too, you know, you gotta think maybe he has Taunt, and if he does, then he really doesn't have that many good attacks against us, you know. So here comes the Fly into the Torko, which takes Torko very low, right? But that's okay. Marowak's with the Flare Blitz, we get the KO. We actually get the critical hit, so that's fantastic. Alright, looks like that game was self-explanatory though. At the end of it, we kind of just came in and got everything working in our favor. So let's get into our next game. our next opponent is rocking out with Thunderous, Garchomp, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, Whimsicott, and Obstagoon. Alright, let's see what we can do against this. Alright, so what I am thinking is Archeops and Urshifu. We'll see if we can get this coaching combo off, maybe. We hope. And I think we'll just keep it simple. P2. No. We'll go Torkoal and Venusaur in the back. We'll just keep those, keep the back kind of simple. And maybe it might be a smarter idea to actually lead Torkoal Venusaur and then have Archeops, Urshifu in the back, and those in there in this kind of matchup. So maybe I'm the one that's been misplaying this whole time. I don't know, but we'll see. Alright, so there is the Incineroar and Garchomp versus Archeops and Urshifu. Not too worried about this Intimidate thanks to Archeops White Herb, which was suggested by you guys. So great suggestion. Fantastic suggestion, actually. Makes it to where Archeops doesn't lose any stats or anything, so that was pretty good. We can definitely do this. Max Quake into the Incineroar, followed up with a, we can go coaching into Archeops. So this Max Quake, honestly, I'm expecting this to either pick up the KO or come really close to picking up the KO onto the Incineroar. And then we're following up with a coaching, which just makes Archeops just that much stronger overall. And maybe we can actually try and pick up an Archeops sweep, because I don't see Garchomp doing that much damage to Archeops unless it has Ice Fang or something, which I haven't seen yet. But that doesn't mean it one won't be using it. So we'll just have to see what happens. But right, here's our Max Quake. Like I said, this should pick up a clean KO right onto Incineroar. Yeah, fantastic. Not every day you get to see Incineroar just faint with one hit KO kind of move, you know. And this isn't even stab. We hit him with a non-stab and it one hit KO'd him. There's a Max Rockfall. I'm not too worried about this. Going into Archeops, holy cow, that did a lot more damage than what I was expecting. Super effective. I figured with our rock it would have made it neutral, but I guess not. So yeah, super effective. That did quite a bit of damage. Tell you the honest truth, not really too proud of that. Not my brightest moment, I guess. Alright, so let's see here. We're definitely faster though. Like, we're still pretty quick. There's the Obstagoon. Not too worried about him. We can definitely go from Max Airstream into the Garchomp. Go close combat into the Obstagoon, and I'm pretty sure that means Obstagoon is not able to go for Obstruct while our Urshifu is on the field. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So yeah, Max Airstream kind of boosts the speed of our Urshifu. Our Urshifu becomes our sweeper here, and we're going to try and get the KO onto this Obstagoon, praying that it isn't Focus Sash, but even if it is, we're fine because of the sand. But yeah, we get the KO. That was a sweet one-hit KO right there. So we may be losing our Archeops here though. Max Wormwind into our Urshifu. You're disrespecting my Archeops, my man. Don't disrespect our Archeops, because Archeops is still quick. Archeops is super fast, you know, and we're still able to pass off a speed boost to something if we needed to. In fact, you know, that you're disrespecting my Archeops so much that, I mean, I can go into my Venusaur, right? And what's stopping me from going right now into my Torkoal and going Sleep Powder onto, I don't know, your Garchomp? Nothing's fully stopping me from doing that, because knowing that you're disrespecting the Archeops slot, you're giving me a free switch to my Torkoal. Let's see if he does disrespect it though this time around. Let's see, hopefully we hit our Sleep Powder, because that would be fantastic. Sleep Powder, dodge. No, you can't dodge that. You cannot dodge my Sleep Powder there. That sucks. Let's see, Max Wormwind into the Venusaur slot. No, you can't do that to me. This one's became a little bit unlucky for us, because I feel like we made the right play and everything. That just did not work out in our favor there. Man, if only we hit that Sleep Powder. If only we hit the Sleep Powder. Alright, so definitely a Heat Wave. Archeops still is faster, right? He's not. Is he faster than Thundurus? I don't know, but I know if we go for this Rock Slide, we're still. No, he's not faster than Thundurus. You go into Torkoal though. All right, Archeops, you gotta get the flinch on this Garchomp at least. Flinch on Garchomp, fantastic. Get that Heat Wave off Torkoal. Let's get rid of this Thundurus. Look at that. We still have shots, guys. We still have shots thanks to Archeops' Rock Slide. Don't disrespect my Archeops. So let's go for... Actually, let's go for Solar Beam. Alright, and then... Dual Wing Beak attack, and we'll see if Archeops is still able to pick up this KO. It's gonna be close. Oh, Archeops comes so close to picking up the KO. Come on, Torkoal, you gotta live this. Fantastic. Thank you, Archeops, for putting in some good work at the end of the game. And then here comes the Solar Beam for GG. So I do feel like Archeops played a big role into this game. We were really banking on the Sleep Powder from the Venusaur. It didn't happen. It's okay though, because we're able to still come in with our Archeops in the back, and we were able to win the game. So fantastic game by our opponent.